The Reason Boss on Rich Post Sports, coming right with a series of regular podcasts on the Formula One season, Formula One and much more. Right here, The Reason Boss is simply asking, is Formula One again to be dominant? Whoa! Domination? Many people, including myself, have used that word a little too easily and freely. Is Red Bull and Max Verstappen dominating F1? Are they showing that they are amongst the most successful and greatest of teams and drivers respectively? Or is it a case that simply their machinery is on a different level, and thus, as the opposition, the likes of McLaren, Mercedes, Aston Martins, simply cannot, in addition to the red of Ferrari, cannot challenge on the racetrack when you're losing 0.3 seconds a lap, 0.6 a lap, 1.5 a lap. There can only be one winner. Is that domination, or is that an unfair contest? Do we heap too much praise on Red Bull and Max Verstappen? The Reason Boss says this: Red Bull, their car, exemplary. Designer Adrian Great Newey has designed a car that is the envy of the F1 paddock. In Bahrain, Max Verstappen romped to a 22nd victory, followed by his teammate Perez, third place. My lord, the also-rans. It was Ferrari's Carlos Sainz. Lewis Hamilton, oh God, a tough day at the office. 7th, broken seat, overheated engines. Apparently, according to all and sundry, the Bahrain track was conducive to the Red Bull setup. Hard on tyres, DEG, degradation, high, played into the hands of the Red Bull. The Reason Boss's question is, as the season progresses, next it's going to be in Jeddah, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and then the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne. Will it be same old, same old? You see that shirt behind me? You see that shirt? That's a Brazilian shirt. Homeland of the great Ayrton Senna, a man who the Reason Boss believes is arguably the greatest of all Formula One drivers. Certainly right up there with the likes of Lewis Hamilton, struggling in a car that apparently is deemed good in Lewis's hands. George Russell similarly concurs that the car is a better, happier experience to drive. However, Formula One is about speed, balance, horsepower, efficiency, and the package is still a ways off. Toto Wolff accepts that. Vasseur, team principal at Ferrari, accepts that. They're working hard. They're making inroads. But simply the gap is too big. The Reason Boss asks, is it same old, same old? What I also want to ask, like, share and subscribe to Rich Post Sports with a love for sports. I've got to ask the question, should we take it easy with the word Max Verstappen and Red Bull domination equating to greatness? Or is it a case that they don't have enough competition? Ayrton had his Alain Prosts, Nigel Mansell's, Keke Rosberg's, cars that were competitive, drivers that were competitive, hungry, could push and pull, pit stops, strategies, tires. My lord. Is it going to be same old, same old? The Reason Boss is thinking, I'm going to be following this Formula One season 2024 to 25 keenly. In 2025, Lewis Hamilton, 7 times world champion, will be in the seat of a Ferrari. The Ferraris have made inroads, 50% improvement, according to some in the Ferrari paddock. However, there needs to be more and more and more work to be done. Right about now, it's same old, same old. It could be a procession. It could be a procession. It could be a boring procession. But the reason boss will not be jumping on the bandwagon and hailing Max Verstappen as one of the all-time greats. I can hail up Red Bull and Adrian Newey as designing one of the best cars of all times. But when you don't have the competitors being able, for one reason or t'other, to match them, win after win after win, it's a 24-race season. T. Hi, T. How you doing? Are you a Formula One fan? Are you being turned off by Formula One? Or are you just a YouTube fan? Like, share, and subscribe to Rich Po Sports. I'm going to be dedicating many of my podcasts to my dearly departed father, Eric Stevens. I salute a memorial service today. He was a sports-loving fan, and the reason boss, no doubt, got his passion for sports and reasoning from his father. I salute. Dad, one love. It's about keeping things real. Red Bull have an outstanding car in conclusion. But Max Verstappen, I cannot jump up and suddenly say he's one of the all-time greats. In that car, many a driver could sit in it and have a nice ride to a world championship. 24 races last season. 22 races or so. They won 21. That's a madness. Red Bull domination. But there are levels and nuances to the word domination. T, what say you? What say you? If a car and a driver is winning race after race after race, does that equal domination, or do you look and give context and suggest that because the opposition is not giving them a decent contest, you can't say that's domination? That's a set of indices that suggest that you need to take a nuanced look at what really are going on. Oh God. Like, share, and subscribe. There's much more for me to say on Formula One throughout this season. But right about now, I'm going to say peace and love. Let me see what's going on here. Mr. Grim Reaper, Milk Dud, Del Gardner. Hi, big up yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to Rich Po Sports. Are you motor racing fans? Any motor racing fans out there? Have you been turned off? The reason boss on Rich Po Sports is a big sports fan, and Formula One, yes, was including ID the resume. Ayrton Senna, one of the greatest racers of all time, dicing in the qualifying, dicing on the track, leading, having to fight off and come back from behind to overtaking maneuvers, tactical maneuvers, being aggressive, waxing lyrical, being smart. It all had to come to the party if you were going to win a Formula One championship. Right about now, you step into that Red Bull car and you can sit back and relax, proverbially speaking. The car is set up beautifully for Max Verstappen, a Dutch driver with quality. Do I compare him to Lewis Hamilton? Do I say he's better than a Lewis Hamilton, who we need to put a big amount of respect on? Lewis Hamilton. Lewis. I can empathize with Lewis. A brother man. A 7 times, should have been 8. My Lord, that's another matter. He's going to be in a Ferrari next season. Will he be able to do justice to his undoubted brilliance? 7 times world champion. You got to put some respect on that. He did something to show why he was where he was in the position he is. In his late 30s now, he's still able to dice with the best of them. Big up to Fernando Alonso, another outstanding driver who has shown through his efforts in many vehicles that he is a driver. Given any vehicle, he can bring the best out of the car. It's that kind of character, that kind of brilliance, that kind of ability that defines and shows that a driver can be hailed as a great and being part of a dominant scene even if it's for a season. But dominance, I'm very easy, I'm very reticent. And I'm crystal clear. The Red Bull's car, if it continues like this, will be romping away. We'll check out the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and the Australian Grand Prix to see how the land lies after these 3 races. Degradation, further improvements by the other teams. Will that bring them closer? If you're losing 0.3 seconds a lap, you just do the maths. 57 laps. Oh God. I don't think there's going to be a dice for a win. Apparently, some of the drivers are suggesting that it will be closer than last season. They're looking forward to it being closer than last season. Some wins here or there could be a possibility. Here or there does not cut it where the championship is concerned. From the comments post the Bahrain Grand Prix, there's indications and suggestions, strong suggestions, that people are throwing in the towel as far as the drivers' championship is concerned. And as good as the Red Bulls' chances of lifting the Constructors' Championship seems as strong as it has been in the past few years. Domination, there are levels to this thing. Unless the other teams pull their fingers out, unless the rule changes can afford the opponents, the Ferraris, the Mercedes, the Aston Martins, the McLarens, to be able to produce a car that is closer on the racetrack. Oh God, it's going to be a procession. Dale Gardner, you're a F1 fan. Do you think that Red Bull and Max Verstappen dominate? Or do you think there are nuances to this and that you've got to take things with a pinch of salt? Because the opposition, if they're not able to go toe-to-toe and dice for leading positions on the circuit, that doesn't equate to domination. It could be an unfair contest. What say you? I'm really interested to find out. Bolek, you hope not. Listen, I hope it's not going to be a boring one. I hope it's not a procession. But reading the reports, I was on the BBC website checking out the post-race fallout. And it seems as though the team principals of the opposition, the drivers, the Leclercs, the Saints, they are all of the opinion. Even Lewis himself seems to be admitting that you can forget hopes for winning or being competitive in a tug of war for the Drivers' Championship or Constructors. That suggests to me that a procession looms. It's interesting, this season, all teams retained their drivers. Only a couple of the teams' names changed. But all teams retained their drivers. Excuse me, they were happy with their lot. Saints will be leaving Ferrari, replaced by Lewis Hamilton. But will it be akin to rearranging the deck chairs on a Titanic? Oh God. Will it be same old, same old? The first race was boring as hell. Bolek, there it is. Boring as hell. Man, I'm going to be looking at the race highlights again to see, did I miss anything? Because I'm absolutely of the same opinion as you, but maybe I missed something. Maybe I was too eager to see the developments and progression that these teams from Ferrari to Mercedes has made. They've made significant inroads, but not significant enough. The ultimate test, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. When it was on your marks, get set, go, green for go. See you later, Red Bull's Max Verstappen said. Interestingly enough, if I can throw out a bone of hope, a bone of hope, a little choo-choo in the engine of Red Bulls. By the way, people don't talk about Red Bulls having engine failure. Max losing control of the car, crashing out, giving points to his opponents. That doesn't seem to enter the equation. It's like a train on a railway track, and the points just keep on coming. Choo choo. Not even a hint. Sergio Perez in the second Red Bull was relatively closely followed by Sainz in the Ferrari. So maybe that offers a crumb of comfort. The shotgun, the man riding shotgun to Max Verstappen is not 20 seconds away in the distance. He's 5 seconds by the finish. There are levels to this thing. Perez will be keen, and the Red Bull team would no doubt be keen for him to create even more of a buffer for Max and the Red Bull team themselves. They're going to be looking for nothing less than the retaining of the Drivers' Constructors' Championship double. And who's out there to stop them? We move on to Jeddah and Saudi Arabia next week. We'll see what happens. Let me see what the comment section is saying. Paulo Varela. Good day. What are you saying, big man? Red Bull are going to dominate. And unfortunately, we'll have to focus on the second place battle since Red Bull didn't Red Bull didn't upgrade their car much last year, except a lot of them this year. You're spot on. You know your F1, you've been following it well. You're spot on. My lord. They're going to dominate again. Well, hold on a minute. You see, you use the words dominate. What do you think of the argument that domination is not necessarily the right word? Or do you accept that domination doesn't mean that Red Bull are outstandingly brilliant and Max Verstappen is an outstandingly brilliant and great driver? Is it a case that as the land currently lies, the Red Bull's package is simply way ahead of the opposition, and that doesn't make it domination? Look at football, for example. Manchester City in the Premier League in England, where I'm live and direct broadcasting from. Like, share and subscribe to Rich Paul Sports. Free and easy. And remember to hit the thumbs up to give the Reason Boss a strength. I'm going to be doing lots more lives in addition to the shorts, because there's much to say. My father blessed me with a love and a passion for sports, and I'm going to speak and listen to the fans out there, because there are millions of sports fans, sports-loving fans, and if you love your sports like I do, we're going to get on like a house on fire. You think it's domination? Paolo, you believe it's domination? Credible domination? If you do, fair enough. In fact, I can give you some context. I had a discussion with my brother-in-law, a massive Mercedes-Benz and even more of a Lewis Hamilton fan. And I put to him simply, last season, what a dominant piece of F1 performance we saw from Max and Red Bull. He said, whoa. Domination, Reason Boss. Domination. I think not, he said. I'm going to be looking to have an interview with him to chew over this discussion. It's a very interesting discussion to be had. There are absolute grounds to suggest that that is the quintessential 21 out of 20. It makes me choke just thinking about it, let alone saying it. Oh God. If you have 22 races, for example, and 21 have been won by one team, is that not the quintessential definition of domination? Whoa! There's context, there's levels. Man City go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Spurs, Aston Villa, Everton, Brighton. Levels to this thing. Manchester City were pushed by Arsenal, pushed by the Gunners. They had to bring on an unbeaten run. It was interesting. It was eye-opening. It was worth a watch. It was the quintessential opposite of Formula One last season. It was not boring. It was exciting. And Manchester City had to show their greatness. There were teams who you can't sleep on in the Premier League in football. You can't snooze or you lose. My Lord. Last night, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Klopp's men against the small Foresters. My Lord. 90 minutes plus 9 minutes. Finally saw Liverpool with a last gasp Darwin Núñez header for victory. There are levels to this thing. That was not a procession. That's not a case of domination. You've got to earn. You've got to earn your stripes. Let me see what's going on here. In 2016, Kone, WSG, big up yourself. In 2016, Paolo, listen, there's so much to be said. So much to be said. I need to speak and listen to you, sports fans out there. But like, share, and subscribe. It's going to be an interesting... Yes, you see, I can't lie. Is it going to be an interesting season? Not on the face of it, if Bahrain is anything to go by. As I said, degradation levels on the tyres were high. Bahrain is notoriously known for being a tough track on the tyres. But we move on to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia next week, and then on to Australia. Let's see how the land lies then. Like, share, and subscribe to Rich Po Sports. Will the red of Ferrari shine brightly and give the Red Bulls of Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Christian Horner's outfit, a fight? Or will it be, that's all she wrote? We'll find out. Thank you very much for looking and tuning into Rich Po Sports. There'll be more coverage on Formula One, football, athletics, a bag of things. I'm going to be doing a broadcast on Brazil's team announced recently on the new coach, Dorival Jr., including home and internationally based Brazilians. They'll be taking on England and Spain in lucrative friendlies. Brazil in June will be involved in the Copa America in its inaugural fashion in the United States of America. Let me see what I've got on there, sir. No, I'd like to have a proper chat with you someday. You got knowledge too. It will be my pleasure. Look out, as I say, this season I'll be covering Formula One extensively, as and when I hopefully look forward to seeing you, Paolo. We can make a date of it. Very interesting times. As I said, Brazil, home of Ayrton Senna. I remember watching the brother, my lord. When he got taken out. One of the saddest moments of my life. But he left a legacy of sporting, motor racing genius and greatness. Let's see what Max has in store. Let's see what Lewis has. Let's see what Fernando Alonso has. Let's see what Perez, Lando Norris, George Russell have. I'll be there on the broadcast. Believe that. Hey, on that note, I'm going to say full respect. Keep it locked and docked on Rich Po Sports. Remember to subscribe, hit the like, share, and as always, I'm willing to listen to what you guys have got to say, because sports is the lingua franca language. Peace and love. Check you later, Paolo. Full respect. Thank you very much for watching. Reason Boss, over and out. Whether watching live or in the rerun, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. A pleasure. Paolo, keep it locked and docked. On to Jeddah.